Step in, lean in, mic on, and begin. Hey! Been quiet too long, chewed up tongue. Turn down songs, clock keeps ticking on the wall. But your name's still missing from the roll call. Let your voice be heard, say every single word. From the low notes to the sky, throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard, loud, clear, undeterred.
You got a light, buddy?
Yeah, sure, kid. There you go.
And your wallet.
Nick, give him your wallet.
If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got a truth tucked deep in your chest. Heartbeat tapping out, say it, confess. Crowd might stare, let them do what they do. They never held a fire living in you. Let your voice be heard. Say every single word. From the low notes to the sky. Throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard. Loud, clear, undeterred. If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you, yeah. Speak up, name your dream out loud. Stand up, you're the leader of this crowd. One spark, one shout, watch the silence melt. Power in your mouth is the truest thing you found. Oh, let your voice be heard. Say every single word. From the low notes to the sky. Throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard. Loud, clear, undeterred. If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you.
Welcome. Welcome, Michelle Bishop. I see you. You like that song too, huh?
Oh, okay. I do.
Welcome to Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio. My name is Cloyd Holmes. I am the visionary, the CEO, and founder of Man Up Ministry, Inc. I'm also the host of Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio. And we have another awesome, amazing guest. As you all know, we have all walks of life, all kinds of people on Let Your Voice Be Heard. Everybody wants to let their voice be heard. And what a better platform than Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio to do so. We bring amazing people here. And I got to say, once again, we have an amazing guest. We have a lady here that is defies all odds, man. I heard your story, man. I heard your story, and it's amazing. It's awesome. We have had women on here that are life coaches. We have many life coaches on here. Michelle, you do a lot more than that. As I was speaking to you, you are a life coach, but the things that you do are amazing. Michelle is a speaker of resilience, wellness, and rebuilding. Right? Michelle is a master certified life coach. Now, I'm gonna stop right there before I go in further, because we have life coaches on here. We've had many on here, and I had the question before: is how do you get certified to be a life coach? I'm gonna get into that. We're gonna stop right there. We're gonna start right there. But I want you to explain that to me when we get a chance of how is one a certified, like what certifies a life coach? But you have done more than that. You're a certified life coach and trauma-informed wellness speaker, helping women and organizations navigate grief and change and rebuild their health and step into lasting resilience physically, mentally, and emotionally. Wow, that's a lot in itself. We're going to talk about all of this stuff, Michelle, but I'm going to warn you. we're gonna also get into your upbringing, and we're gonna dig. We dig on here. We want to hear the juicy stuff. We want to hear the stuff. We want to hear the stuff that you don't want to tell us. So the panel, they're gonna ask questions. I'm gonna ask questions, and we're gonna get into your life. As I spoke to you, you told me that you love to reach people. So we're gonna find out what people are trying to achieve that you can help them with. With no further ado, I'm gonna turn this over to you, Michelle, Miss Michelle Bishop. Michelle, I want you to tell us about you. Tell us about you. How did you become this? How did you get into this? Where does all of this come from? Because for someone to be a life coach and for someone to do what you do, there has to be a calling on you, a purpose that you have stepped into. How did you get to that where you understood and knew this is my purpose? Michelle, the floor is yours.
Well, I am so humbled. Seriously, what kindness that you just shared with everybody about me. I was like, and I have to tell you, I promise you, there is nothing that you can ask your panel or anybody out there in life. They feel comfortable like they're sitting in my living room. So I have nothing to hide. So you just bring it on.
Okay.
There is absolutely not one thing that I am afraid to bring out, because without bringing it out, you can't grow from it.
Mm-hmm.
So the life coaching is a complete turnabout. That what is so amazing about it is that, as I have shared, I am the closest at 60 years of age to the person in which I was created for on this earth, born onto this earth by our Heavenly Father. Mm-hmm. I promise you that. And I'm doing it with freedom, with authenticity, with wisdom, experience, and with an openness and a courage of faith as well as freedom. And I know with all that I've gone through, with the wisdom of the years and the decades, not only do I have that, but I thought that it was very, very important that I had tooled myself with true accreditation that wasn't necessarily legally required in legislation, state or federal legislation, to say that you are a life coach. Not that there aren't coaches out there that have been trained in certain dynamics of coaching, like fitness or maybe trauma or some other type of education. But I want it to be ensured as a generality that I would have the basis, the foundation, because without your foundation being solid, you cannot build on that. And so I wanted a general foundation from the International Coaching Federation. And then from there, I get the opportunity to grow in specialties and areas and with other like-minded coaches and different motivators in the world, really. And I am so blessed because I have learned that I let God draw the path and I just walk it. And he brings so many of these wonderful, dynamic people that are motivating, and their desire to help others is in line. And if it's not in alignment with my beliefs, it's not my tribe. And I'm not for everybody. Now, and we've shared with the fact that I am not saying, oh, Christianity is the only way. I come without judgment. But I can only share with you my own personal experiences and what has kept me going in my life. And I kind of put my fist up there because, you put me in there and I'm just going to keep on jabbing, jabbing, run, and go get it. Because if I can do it, all can do it, but you have to choose to do it, because without choice, then it will fail.
Right. Right. Now, let me ask you, that's really good. That's real good. And I could go so many places with that because we're on the same page on a lot of levels. Is there a course that one can take and graduate and receive a degree or something in life coaching, or is this something that is just something that you want to do, something that's in you to do, something that because a lot of life coaches that I speak to basically have a passion to help others in their path or to find their way through. So is there a course or school, or you mentioned the International Coaching Foundation?
Federation.
Federation. Is that a school, or is that just a group of?
No, it's definitely a schooling of that, but it's not in the traditional aspect of things similar to that of a college. We all have our path. There are psychiatrists, there are psychologists, there are therapists, and there are coaches. And so you can certainly go and get a degree in that type of dynamic, but we all have our different lanes and expertise. So in my years of life, this is something had always been in corporate America. I was an executive from the age of 21 to 50 when I had breast cancer, and my husband finally convinced me to hang the cleats up at corporate America, and it was the only secure thing I'd ever had. And then that sweet thing, 3 years after that, 2016, 2019, he passed away, and unexpectedly, didn't know, took my breath away. And then I was lost, and COVID hit in 2020. And I didn't just get it, I got it good. When they were body bagging millions of people around the world from dying from this disease, I happened to contract it. It's truly not just like the flu it is now. Today, it seems like everybody speaks about it like that. But I was in the ICU, and you had to be hazmated to even walk into. You didn't have your family members there. So at that point, what was interesting is that I didn't know who I really was. What was my calling? And what was so dynamic about it is it was being, once again, because I'd had one of the most unbelievable experiences. And I'm so not saying it with the honor in which it deserves, but I truly, at 10 years old, was touched by the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ. And the experience was forever impressionable in myself.
Wow.
Although I didn't understand it because I was a child, but it was in my core being. And then experiencing near death again during COVID in 2020, I had a similar experience, but very, very different. And I can tell you, I knew I did survive. I chose not to be intubated because I had sold ventilators. I wanted my body to do what it needed to do. And in that choice, I had a nasal cannula. I kept on oxygen for the next year, 24/7. And I figured out, who am I? What is my calling? What is my purpose here? And in his messaging, that's what it was all about, is that it's just time. It's just time. What was I doing with this precious time that is fleeting here on earth and carrying it through for a true legacy, a true imprint, a true difference? And that was in helping others with trauma, with difficulties in their lives, with being able to achieve certain goals or hurdles and challenges, and to be able to live with the light of hope and know that if you choose, you can do it.
Mhm.
You have resources, and that is what I am, is that conduit, as because I don't know everything about everything. I'm just part of what is a overall solution. So if I can be part of connecting people to other resources, I want to do that, and also share my story and my expertise of what has worked and what I know fundamentally I'm not recreating. I'm not saying, oh, I've got all the answers for you. I'm just bringing what I can through my voice to others.
That's really good. And you know what? Wow, this is amazing because, as you know, in my panel notes, when I'm not doing Let Your Voice Be Heard talk radio hosting, I have Man Up Ministry Inc., which I just finished doing a Bible study there today. And I talked about what you're talking about is amazing because talked about plans that we have as people. We have plans. I have plans. You have plans. You make plans. Sometimes those plans may work, may not work, but the purpose always works. The purpose doesn't fail. So, but however, is this what you're saying is confirmation to what we were talking about, is that when you know, Michelle, when you found out what your purpose was, because everybody has a purpose, but do we know what our purpose is? Once you find out what your purpose is, a lot of your understanding goes to a different level. Now you begin to walk into what your purpose is and your calling, because you know what it is now and you understand. It's like a black sheet lifted off your head. Now I know what I'm supposed to be doing. This is really great. This is really good stuff. I think I saw Karen, did you have your hand up? I thought your hand moving around a little bit over there. Go ahead and ask a question if you want to.
Hi, Michelle. Very nice to meet you. Glad that you're on.
Yes, you too. I saw you waving, and I was like, come talk to me.
Yep, I'm the one that he always says, wait till your turn to speak.
Well,
anyway,
you speak it.
I have a couple of questions, and it's basically more for a better understanding of what you do. Okay, so you know how you could go to therapy and you have a certified social worker,
yes,
and your insurance pays for that.
Right.
Now with your life coaching, would someone's insurance pay for that? And what would be that difference?
That is a great question. And we're not there yet. Okay. I was born in the 60s. Yes, the 60s, 66. Darn proud of it. And we didn't used to even talk about mental health. And the insurance companies never even carried anything as it related to mental health for psychiatry, psychology, therapists, social workers, nothing. So here we are in 2026, and we're still evolving. The benefits, quite frankly, are so underserving for the people in that area. I'm just glad that at least we're moving towards it. So I think that's a great question for people to be aware of. And it's my responsibility, unlike a therapist, that I want to keep you, like, as a coach, to help you achieve these things that maybe you have uncovered in therapy. And then all of a sudden, therapy stops, or because of the insurance, you have to switch a therapist and start all over.
Yes, you do. That is true, because when you have EAP, they give you, I think it's like 3 or 4 sessions, and then they try to put you on the little sliding scale type of a thing. And so it would be awesome if you can go from that type of a program so you will become acclimated to what your needs are through a life coach. And I think that would be great. My next question is, are you, when you're doing your life coaching sessions, are you doing it through like Christianity, through prayer, or are you doing it like it's neutral? Because the reason that I asked that is I have a few friends that they have went from, in sales, they have went from selling one thing to now they are life coaches. And I think with the latest one, it may be a fad. I don't know. You know how things change all the time. TLC, and it's something life coaching, and you join the team and there's a team of life coaches and things like that. What's the difference between something like that and what you do?
Great. Couple of things. I am so familiar with that EAP program, and that has been in place since 1988. And you get like 3, the employees, like 3 visits. I'm like, are you serious? I'm hanging by a thread here. Yeah. And then they just shuffle you out. And then, and to think in all this time, they haven't expanded that. It just is, it's something that needs to be, again, changed by lobbyists and legislation with the insurance industry. That being said, am I interrupting something?
Recording in progress.
No, go ahead.
So that being said, that what you're talking about is a different type of coaching where there's a lot of different dynamics of, you asked me first about Christian coaching as opposed to
what you do.
What I do. I'm never going to deny my faith. My father, God, he just passed away in December, God rest his soul, introduced me into life as a Christian. But then when my parents got divorced, he professed being agnostic. And through the whole rest of my life, from the time I was 15 on, he very proudly acknowledged he was agnostic. And I love my dad and I respected his opinion, although I don't believe that. And I have gone to school in a small school, and I had a ton of, and even currently, I have friends that believe in Judaism, Buddhism, Muslim. I am of all choices one will make. You just come into my house with no judgment. Whatever your spirituality is your spirituality. It's not but as I do not judge you, I'm not asking you to judge me. And even if you do, then you're not part of my tribe. And that's okay. It's a neutral dynamic for me. I will not deny my own experience. So, and it doesn't come into my coaching except as they're asking about my life story and things that have happened to me and what is my anchor. So what my anchor is, and what I say is always, you be your best you. Not my best me, be you. And so that is all different. And in our imperfection is perfection. And there's beauty in that. But the programs that you're talking about, there are a lot of them. And unfortunately, as you've said, people, I will say, are selling, what do they used to call them? When they used to come through the towns and, have their magic potions and say, one,
Right.
2, 3,
Exactly.
you're all,
Exactly.
and that is not my belief. That is not my coaching. I think that is total hypocrisy, because truly, as I said, I am one person, and a coaching I will share, I want to touch a lot of people, and that's why I've transitioned a lot of my private practice into more of a larger audience so that more can be touched, and talking and communicating, and then expanding and giving resources out so that it can continue, because it can be so disruptive to someone's growth to have to repeat and regain and have that relationship change. And you just feel like, is anybody going to stick through this? But if you're given the tools, guess who is always with you?
God.
Well, how about
God is
who
always
else?
with you, and
Who
you're
else?
always with you.
Bingo.
Mhm.
So when you and I believe God's always with us, but others know that you are the one that is always with you. And that is, if it is in your mind, and if you live your life in that conditioning as a lifestyle, it becomes just natural life, a breath.
I'm so glad that you said that, because there's something that I always told my daughters from little babies, and they will tell you to this day, and they're in their 40s now. My rule for them is always be true to yourself first. You have to be true to you, regardless of what anybody else thinks of you, what it looks like to anybody else, what anybody thinks of you. You have to be true to you. Your truth is your truth.
I agree, Karen. That can be a tall drink of water, especially if you don't love yourself first.
Oh, yeah.
Quite frankly, I've lived the life of not loving myself first. And so I'm so grateful that it is possible. And I am such a better person. That's why my book is Choose You First. It is not designed to be selfish. It's to be selfless, because when you drain all your tanks of energy and goodwill and wanting to help your family, your friends, your colleagues, you have nothing else to give. So you have to have the tools in hand to love yourself, to take the time and care for yourself, put these measures in place. You can't continue to be your highest self.
That's very true. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I appreciate you holding up your hand, Karen. You can ask
She has no
anytime.
problem doing that. Karen is always the first one to ask questions on here on Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio. She doesn't miss one. She's just lady. She's a permanent fixture of Let Your Voice.
Well, I'm glad she's here with
Loves
us.
each and every one of these programs and different topics and stuff. She got a little knowledge on all of it. I know that you have you've coached a lot of individuals, including organizations that you coach. You do coaching for businesses as well, correct?
I do.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that a little bit, but I want to add. I think Yolanda has a question in the chat. She wants to know, what type of coaching do you do regarding women? So
my book, Choose You First, is coming from a woman's perspective. Wow. Was that enlightening or what? I wrote it. I'm a woman. And so I think that for women, we have an unbelievable superpower, I'm going to say, of emotion and dynamics that we come from that may be different because we're hardwired a little differently than men. And that being said, by my coaching directly to women, I have had men that have had similar experiences, but maybe their thought process, because of the conditioning that they've had in their, like for women and empowerment. We're in such a different age and time in business as women, and we're given such opportunities that were just never available. Your viewers may not know this, but in the United States, a Black man was given the right to vote before women. How about them apples? So we're really down on the totem pole. And just imagine owning land and property and having an opportunity to be part of our. And so in that empowerment of women, I am driven to letting them know that we are powerful, and we're powerful in our gift giving, our ability to, that came out weird, ability to have an emotional impact as well as a logical impact. And we can disassociate, but also associate. Very, very effective in many aspects of life. So I do curtail typically to a female audience, but I encourage all men, as I love men and I love working with men, and I love their perspective on that. It allows for not diversity, but unity and getting a different thought process. But let's not embrace each other and coaching to what you want to achieve, because women today have the ability in the United States, and I want to be clear about that, in the United States, that we can grow at such a level wherever we want to do it. If it's being the best homemaker, mother, sister, individual, author, corporate CEO, CFO, COO, you name it, actress, whatever that may, music, coaching, whatever that may be, there is no limit to that. And so however I can be part of enlightening and encouraging and supporting that group, call me and put me in, coach. I'm there.
Let me ask you a question. You might want to yell at me on here, women. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
Would you say that your experience as a woman, doing woman things, seeing things as a woman, dealing with things as a woman, is a reason why you prefer to coach women opposed to men?
Well, what's really odd about that? I'm going to tell you a secret.
Come on, give it a secret. Give it to me.
Most of my clients have been men. How about that?
Okay, well, that you just threw that curveball in there, because the way I was reading it wrong. The way I was reading it, when you were speaking about, this thing about women, and and how you guys are treated kind of worse than, the Black men were able to vote before women, and how you can relate to these women, and men have a different perspective on things. We thought things and we think a little different. We kind of built a little different. And
well,
so,
maybe I don't have a big old audience of getting those men jumping up and down. But, again, let's just think about little boys. Little boys love to play with trucks, and they love to do things with their hands.
okay.
And, often when children are young like that and you want to get something tying up your son and can't get it out of him, well, the best thing to do to communicate with him is start playing with something. Get his mind off of something.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden start asking those questions and see, as opposed to your little girl,
Mhm.
where little girl doesn't really want all those moving parts and distraction. She wants your focus. Right in here, mama, talk to me. I'm listening.
Mhm.
Where if they get sidetracked, you may not get your message across. And you may not get your message, you might not get that communication. So that's why I say in private practice that I often men are gravitated to hearing my perspective on what they're going through in their lives or what they're trying to achieve and accomplish. And
Mhm.
potentially, maybe it's relationship driven and maybe it's not. But who best to be able to kind of work through those things with you having some complications in your relationship with getting the insight from a female?
That's good stuff. That's good. I kind of got it a little better now. I wanna ask-
I told you
I wanna-
you can ask me anything.
I want to ask you another question. I want to ask this question. And now, if the panel, you guys got questions, just raise your hand. I'll get to you. I always got questions, so that's just me. But anyway, I want to ask you a question. Let's see. Oh man, when you're dealing with businesses like corporations and stuff, and you're dealing with those businesses, are you more likely to be received by the women than the men? Because we have had a guest on here. She was an advocate for women who are in the corporate business later in their careers, and they found that women were treated different. That like the women they had earned the position and they qualified for the position, but they gave it to the man over the woman. Do you find that in your line of work, when you're dealing with these corporations and dealing with the men, and the men say, well, we don't really want to hear her, or they're not really receiving you, opposed to the women who may embrace you? Does that kind of, I want to call it disrespect, or is that do you deal with that type of thing in your line of work?
Minister Holmes, can I call you Cloyd?
Yes, ma'am. Please do.
Cloyd, the answer to that question
Uh-huh.
is no. And let me explain to you why. I have been in.
I'm trying to get something started here.
I can tell you, I have been a very successful businesswoman a lot of years. And men are very open to intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
They don't mind. They don't mind speaking to somebody that's attractive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't got it in the head and you don't have the solution,
Mm-hmm.
you might get through the door, but you ain't going any further than that. So if you know what you're talking about, they're there. So it's one thing to knock on the door and have the door open. It's another thing to walk through the boardroom and know what the heck you're talking about and giving them a solid solution that can provide a benefit for the company that is not discriminatory against men or women, because we all need it.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody looks at things, which I'm not ditching somebody's thought process. I understand. I have felt the same exact way. I have been in business in the same position that another person was in. He was a male, I was a female, and this was in 1990s, late 90s. And they paid him more salary than they paid me. But guess what? at the end of the year, guess whose W-2 was more? That would be mine. So it's everything of how you look at things and how you view that. And so if you're going to look at that from a negative perspective, you're going to get a negative result. I was like, that was their choice. And how'd that work out for them? The guy didn't stay longer than 6 months, and I was there for 14 years. So I'm just not a racehorse. I'm a thoroughbred.
You good.
I'm going to make sure that if I make a commitment, it's not just overpromise and underdeliver. No, we don't play that game. I'd rather underpromise and overdeliver all day long. And that being said, that means you go into corporate America and you give them the ROI, how this benefits everyone, male, female, and everything in between. Because when your employees are enrolled in it, as we talk about the EAP, when you have a benefit that you're providing them that everyone can take advantage of, and you put that system in place, then what you're investing in as that solution provides so much more to the bottom line. So truly, that is my thought process. And thank you for letting me be honest and truthful, because that's all you're going to get for me.
Well, that's what we want. We want to let your voice be heard. I see your hand, Karen, but I want to ask, I want to put this out there, that Michelle's book, you guys need to get it. I think we've already ordered her book. Is Choose You First, and it's available on Amazon. Am I correct, Michelle?
Yes, it is. It happened to be a #1 bestseller on Amazon, which I'm very appreciative of people that are open-minded and want to hear.
Yes, ma'am. And I know for a fact, I see Veronica's hand is up, and I know for a fact that Veronica probably already has your book. She probably might be read half of it already. Come on, Veronica. You're muted. You're muted.
We can't hear you.
You gotta unmute.
Yay! I did order your book, but I didn't even get them yet.
I thought you had read half of it.
I ordered a bunch of them, and I'm still waiting for them. I was really upset, actually.
Oh.
I was going to ask. It's so funny that you brought it back to the book, because I was going to say, what inspired you to write the book? Like, what is even the book about?
The book takes everything from the moment I was born till the moment I am you're muted again, honey.
Yeah.
So I can't hear you.
I'm muted because my bird is screaming my name, and I didn't want you guys to have to hear it.
But I wrote it from the moment that I was born, because I am a survivor of child abuse. My mother was mentally ill. Today, they would have said that she was likely to be bipolar with a schizophrenia tendency. So in that physical, emotional, and mental abuse, that was my normal. And children don't have a choice. We as adults have a choice. And so that immediately from the moment that you're born, and then from the ages of 1 and 4, and then 4 to 8, and then 8, you're a little older, you get more solid in your, stuff's going on, and you get more thoughts and you get your own, you've been told all of these things, then you get reinforced at a higher level because now you've got your own thinking cap on. And then at 14 to 21, your hormones, male and females, are going crazy. And you're rebellious and you're stretching things. And then, your frontal lobe is not completed till the age of 25. And by the time you're 25, most 25 years old are this deep in life. And they haven't had the opportunity to even unwind at that point because you're on the train. And so what I have done is I have gone through the typical patterns. So child abuse to having, didn't know what normal was. So boyfriend that becomes my first husband that physically abuses me, snaps my arm in half, and I still married him. And then I go ahead and live through that. But I will tell you, I would never missed work. I was everybody else thought, oh, I got it going on type thing. And then go from that to having enough courage to leave him, divorce him, leave the state because of threat of my life, and moved to Tennessee. And in 2 weeks, through my own company, met my children's father. Okay, guys, it's called Rebound. That I have two beautiful, smart, wonderful girls, women, and their father is like, we argued the day we got married. That was just the worst mistake ever. But I believe in a purpose-driven life. And my girls, I got the opportunity to break that generational pattern of abuse by caring and loving for my two girls. And they have never witnessed or experienced anything like that. And it is my pride. It is my honor. It is my joy that they came from my body, and I love them and I will support them till I don't have a breath in me left. And I got to tell you, I've had plenty of opportunities for that breath to be taken away, and I'm going, not going to happen. And then I met, while I was still married, it was right before I got married, I met my late husband, and it was like immediate chemistry. But he was married, I was getting married, so we didn't get involved until my mother, who that was my abuser in 2003, passed away. And here in Tennessee, in Gatlinburg, it's fall and it's very, very busy. Thousands and thousands of people come to our area to see the fall leaves. And I hadn't seen him in at least maybe 5+ years. And we ended up, he had seen my husband at the time, and he was in the same industry as I was. And he came over and talked to me. He goes, we should get together and see if we can work together. And I said, that'd be great. And he came, we had a great conversation, and then set up another luncheon after that. And he ditched me. I did not like that very much. So I called his office. And I called and I said, excuse me, I had an appointment with Richard Bishop. I'd like to speak with him. And they said, hold on just one moment. Go blah, 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 blah. Several minutes later, they say, I'm sorry, Mr. Bishop has left the building. Would you like his voicemail? And I said, oh, absolutely, I'd like his voicemail. I got on his voicemail and I said, Richard Bishop, you are the hottest and coldest man I've ever met in my life. How dare you stand me up? Click. And I clicked before I edited. And I thought, that didn't sound very good. And so he's like, I promise, I wasn't in the building. I was sick. We met again. And I said, okay, I can't do business with you. I want you to know me, all of me, not this mask, not this mask, not this armor. I want you to know the real me. And he said, I'm in. And I asked my then husband, I'd already filed the paperwork within 5 days. And we were together thereafter for 17 years until God took him home. So I am grateful that in his way of allowing me to be true, authentic, and vulnerable, And don't get me wrong, it was not perfect in butterflies. We learned how to fight fair. We learned a lot in 17 years. But
All this is in that book.
yes, it's all in the book.
All this is in the book.
Oh, it's all in the book.
Okay, well-
I shine. Let me tell you something. I took that dark closet that I had been quiet in my whole life, and there is not one ghost in it. Period. I shined it all on, and that is how God made me, and I am grateful.
You guys got to go get that book, man. You want to hear the rest of it. There's stuff she left out.
A lot.
A lot of stuff in there. A lot of more meat on that bone. I saw. I saw Karen. I saw your hand up, your hand waving. I saw your hand before I called on Veronica. So go right ahead, Karen. You're muted.
You're muted.
You guys.
Thank you, Veronica, too.
Yes, Veronica, thank you for your question.
Wow. Michelle, you went somewhere way past what I was even going to ask. I like the story you was telling. And because now my question seems corny, because I wanted to know, I was going back into the corporate coaching, and like you said, you're getting the return on their investment. Is it their return on investment in leadership, coaching leadership, or like what type of coaching are you giving corporations opposed to what you do in your private practice? But that's corny, and that's for another show. I want to hear more about the book and all the stuff that's in the book. That's better.
Well, she don't want to tell her. She don't want to give everything in the book because let's go get the book and read it. And then when because this is not. Trust me, this is not Michelle's last time on Let Your Voice Be Heard. She's coming right back. So go read the book, and then you'll have give us some questions about the book later. What was that other question you had?
Karen said no, she's muted, but she's shaking her head. She doesn't have any. She's gonna go get that book.
So is there anyone else have any questions? If not, that's fine, because I want to ask you. I'm only gonna pivot a little bit.
Okay.
I want to go into. I want to find out about what you do different. What is the difference in coaching an individual opposed to coaching lifestyle coach? I guess corporate coaching is.
Well, that's like different. There's so many different slices of that, of what you're asking. I mean, that's, there's individual practice is similar to corporate from the perspective of it's all relationship based.
Mm-hmm.
Have ears to listen to what the need is. Where's the gap? Are you having sales problems? Are you having leadership issue? Are you having a high attrition rate? Are you, it depends on what the dynamics are in the company. Are you looking to recruit a higher level of employees? So it really is about reaching out, having essentially similar to a initial call, is to really understand what is that specific need. Because as you said, there's a lot out there, and there's a lot, and you can't tackle it in one day. Everybody wants things now. No, you have to be patient, tackle things. And that's what I explain to everyone. Make and incorporate small pivots of change that just outside, because we all live in our comfort box. So if you make a small pivot of change and then it doesn't work out, it's not such a big deal to step back out of the box. And then you can make another change and see if that's a better change. And then you start adding these small pivots of change on top of each other. And next thing you know, you got this massive amount of change that's not change. It's just who you are. It's your lifestyle. And that's what I am an example of. And so that's why I'm like, I'm not a one size fits all. You need to know, and you need somebody to understand and have that communication. Where's your problem area, and how can I help you discover within yourself how to fix it? Because I'm not the one that has the answers. You have the answers for yourself. I'm the guide to be able to help you get to that. Because if I tell you to jump through a hoop, you've already got this expectation. This is the end result. Well, shame on me, because that ain't going to work.
That's good. That's good. For the sake of time,
Yes, sir.
Does anybody have a question or anybody have a comment before I ask this last question before we go into next week? Because I think you coming back next week.
I am. Same
time.
Same bat channel, same bat time.
That's right. So we'll be back here next week. I'm going to ask this question before we go, and I'm going to dig a little bit. What, and I know you may, I don't know if your line of work has maybe a doctor patient thing where you can't say certain things about, but I'm not going to, I don't have any names, so it doesn't matter. So I want to ask, what was the most difficult issue you've addressed to try to fix in one of your patients' lives?
I would say that would have been my first patient. And that first patient was me. And I got to tell you, it took years. It took a lot of other people helping and coaching, finding the right programs, finding the right techniques, what worked for me. And guess what? I'm on the journey every day, just like everybody else. One breath at a time, one step at a time, and moving forward, and not letting fear hold me back. So that is the truth.
That's real good. That's real good. I like how you skirted around my question with that. No,
it's the facts. I didn't skirt it.
I'm just kidding. You told the truth, and I'm not even going to go in because I was going to go a little deeper. Like, well, what were the issues? But no, we ain't going to do that because that would probably take a long time. Because if I start going into all the issues and things that I've been through and how I fixed this and all of that with myself, we'd be here till next month sometime.
Well, that's why you have to be patient. You have to be patient. That's what I'm saying. Everybody wants things now.
They want it now, right?
You want it now. Well, guess what? Now you can get some of it now, but you can't get it all now, because that's what life's about. And we get that opportunity. Isn't that awesome?
That's what life's about, and we got the opportunity. Michelle, we love you here, man. It's a beautiful thing to have you here. We're gonna see you next week. It's gonna get a little more funky in next week. You know what I mean? We want to dig back into I want to go back into your childhood a little bit, and bring it back up a little, bring it back up to today. So,
well, if we
grew up and all of that stuff.
Sure. Well, I mean, that book would help a lot. That's what I said. Not a lot of people can say, hey, I'm an open book. I am an open, written, and published book. There ain't nothing.
And we thank you.
And goodness gracious, my grammar's been terrible this show.
That's all right. No, you've been wonderful. You've been wonderful. You've been awesome. You're an awesome guest. And we want you back. We're going to see you back next week on Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio by Panel. You guys are awesome. You guys know I love you guys, man. You guys are supportive. Make sure you are back. I'm going to encourage each and every person on this line, go get that book. Go get her book. Choose You First. Michelle Bishop. It's on Amazon. Go get the book, guys. I love you guys. You guys, come on back next time.
Love
Next
you.
week, same bat channel, same bat time.
A special thank you to Tony Holmes, owner and founder of Let Your Voice Be Heard, for creating a platform where every voice matters and every story has the opportunity to be heard. Until next time, and remember, let your voice be heard. It's your boy now.
On the wall, but your name's still missing from the roll call. Let your voice be heard. Say every single word, from the low notes to the sky. Throw hands up high.
It's your boy now.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. I love the opportunity.
It's exciting to be on here.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't.
Okay.
Step in, lean in, mic on, and begin. Hey! Been quiet too long, chewed up tongue. Turn down songs, clock keeps ticking on the wall. But your name's still missing from the roll call. Let your voice be heard. Say every single word, from the low notes to the sky. Throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard. Loud, clear, undeterred.
Got a light, buddy?
Yeah, sure, kid. There you go.
And your wallet.
Nick, give him your wallet.
If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got a truth tucked deep in your chest. Heartbeat tapping out, say it, confess. Crowd might stare, let them do what they do. They never held a fire living in you. Let your voice be heard. Say every single word, from the low notes to the sky. Throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard. Loud, clear, undeterred. If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you. Yeah. Speak up, name your dream out loud. Stand up, you're the leader of this crowd. One spark, one shout, watch the silence melt. Power in your mouth is the truest thing you felt. Let your voice be heard. Say every single word, from the low notes to the sky. Throw your hands up high. Let your voice be heard. Loud, clear, undeterred. If it shakes the room, that's how you know it's you.
Welcome to Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio once again. My name is Cloyd Holmes. I'm CEO and founder of Man Up Ministry Inc. I'm also the host of Let Your Voice Be Heard Talk Radio. Man, it's such an awesome blessing and a pleasure to be here tonight. This is our second show. We had an awesome show, and this show is a cherry on top because we have a guest here tonight that is second to none, in my opinion. The brother has been through so much and has done so much, has so much to share that it's amazing. And I know you guys are gonna enjoy this man, Mr. Micah Turner. Micah, how you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you? It's good to see you again.
I'm doing really good. It's really good to see you again, man. I'm like,
Amen.
man, I've been anticipating, anxiously waiting for this show right here.
Oh boy.
Right here, man. I mean, just the little conversation that you and I had, it was amazing. It was awesome. I went and told my wife about it, man. I was like, man, listen, I told her, man, you got to read this book.
Oh boy.
Amazing. The panel, you guys need to know this is Mr. Micah Turner. Micah has a story to share with us that is We had some really awesome guests on this show. This man's story is second to none, man. This man has a story of death in his family, his children, to to prison, to purpose. It's a journey, man, and I don't think I can't do anything with his story. He has to tell it